Hi, my name is Dan Hauptman, and I'm one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District. And we're going to be taking a look at a new area in Classlink that we've just made available to both teachers and students. And it's called MyClasses. So we can get to MyClasses in two spots. We can take a look at it over here on the left in the toolbar, or we can look at it, the big button down here. We affectionately call it the backpack, but both ways will get you to MyClasses. So let's go to MyClasses. And as it loads, what you'll see is all the classes that I am attached to, which as you can tell is a lot. So don't think that you are, because you don't see everything like I do, that you don't have everything. You do. Mine is just a whole lot different because I'm attached to a whole lot of different classes. So before we get into these classes, let's take a look at the top. We are in the dashboard right away. There's a login summary. The login summary will just kind of give you an idea of how many of your students have logged in for those periods or those classes. Going back to the dashboard. Over here on the right, you'll have the megaphone. You can send an announcement to your classes. You can see I've got one here all ready to go. Let me edit that so you can see. You can choose the classes. I'm going to go ahead and select all on that. Your start time and your end time. Give it a title and type your message. When you're done, click save. That's editing. You can also create a new one, and it's the same process. Now go ahead and exit out of the announcements. You have your silhouette over here on the right. That'll get you to some help documents and also log out of Classlink. Now let's take a look at our classes. So I'm actually going to be starting off in my 5th grade homeroom. So I'm going to go ahead and filter down to my 5th grade homeroom. There we go. And this is a number and a name that my students will never remember. So we're going to edit that here in a second. It'll give you kind of a quick overview of what is available for your students. But let's click into that long name. There's my announcement for the class. And I'll be showing you the student side here momentarily. The first thing I want to do is I want to change my name on this. I'm going to call this 5th grade homeroom. That's a little bit more specific. And I'm going to change my icon. We'll make it, let's do the waterfalls. There we go. Actually, that might be an iceberg. So again, there's my announcement. Let's go to the apps. Here are the apps that are available. If you notice, they have the lock on them. That means that you can't do anything with those. Those are straight from the district. So let's add some apps in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Add App button. And these are the apps that are available to Palmdale School District. What you need to be careful of is that you don't add in teacher links. So what I like to do is I like to go to the student library where you'll see student links. So in this case, I'm going to add in Blooket for my homeroom. I'm going to add in Canva. Now, as I move down, here I have Desmos. Desmos is a math app. So if I want this to go to all my math classes, I can hit those 3 dots. All of my classes will show, and now I can send this to my 5th grade math class. So let me scroll all the way down to 5th grade math. There it is, my S1. And now I can confirm my selection. So I've added that not only to this class, but into my math class. And when I'm done, I can hit the X. There's Desmos, there's Canva, there's Blooket. Those are the 3 that I added. The ones that are locked in are still there. And now I'm ready to go. Again, we'll take a look at the student side. Let's take a look at the student button over here on the left. Here is my Fido. If you are in the lower grades, TKK1 and I believe maybe 2, you can actually click on the quick card and you can print that here as well. But you can also do that inside of the main menu on Classlink. I can take a look at the logins for my class. In this case, Goofy is already logged in this morning. And I can also take a look at any activity that he has. So far, he's done 0 hours and 0 minutes of work. That's what I would expect because he hasn't done much of anything yet. So that is my class. on the teacher's side. Let's go ahead and stop here and let's take a look at the student side. All right, so you can tell I'm already in the student side of Classlink, and just like with the adult Classlink, we have the ability of going into MyClasses, but in this case, it's through the hot dog up here in the top left, the menu bar, or the backpack is also found down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and go to My Class. And so this will be all the classes that this student is rostered in. Now, what I want to kind of show you here, first of all, is the same toolbar we had up at the top is now black instead of blue. So that all they can do is go to the dashboard, but there is an announcement for them to read. So I'm going to click on that, and they can click on the announcement and see my announcement for them. So that's good to see. If you'll also notice over here, you'll see only the classes that they are assigned. So if they're a 5th grade class, they're going to have their classes all listed. So there's homeroom, language arts, PE, math, science, social studies. You can see the app that gets applied to those. So if you remember earlier, I showed adding Desmos. Notice Desmos is in the math, but it's not in language arts, PE, science, or social studies. So that's a good thing. Let's go into homeroom. So you can see that that's what they see. 5th grade homeroom, there's my announcement, and then they can take a look at their apps. So from here, they can actually log into these apps. Now there's not much different than going in here, except that there's a whole lot more, but you can have them come in and say, okay, well, we're gonna work in Blooket today. And then this way, it doesn't muddle up everything else that's in their Classlink. And then here's where they can go right into Blooket. If it's the math class, they can go right into Desmos. And if they are in, and if you're going to have them work with Canva, there's the link for Canva, and they can come in and they can sign up and sign in. So really on the student side, it's pretty straightforward. They come in, let me show you one more time. So they get logged into Classlink, MyClasses, pick the class you want them to go to. So if you're Littles TKK1, you might want to make like language arts where it's only the language arts apps. Now, obviously, you can't take out like say Newsella if you don't want them to see it, but they have access to all the ELA ones, which is really nice. So Benchmarks here, Illuminates here, Brain Pop. In PE, they're going to kind of get, there's not really any specific to them, but there's Common Sense that's being pushed out. So you can use PE for however you see fit if you have access to the PE. And again, there's my announcement. So the student side is very straightforward. And as usual, if you have any questions about Classlink or MyClasses, feel free to reach out and we'd be more than happy to help you out. Have a great day.